It's your bot here, and I'm with Ragab, Apo, Suliman, fighting General of Darkness and Dragon on Severe Cold. And so we're going to start as usual with the containers. And as you can see, I'm starting off on Blue Boost. I have a no gold contract with one of these guys, General of Darkness. And so, yeah, I tell my partner Ragab to also follow that, if he can, as much as possible. As you can see, Ragab is going for his 5th supply center, and soon he'll be going HQ 3. I'm already going for HQ 3, as well as a few ground units, I guess. It seems like a few riflemen and a coyote. I guess I'm trying to clean up this here. And so, I also, though, go to Avia as well, because I realized that Ragab is not doing that, and we need some sort of Avia presence on this map. But these guys, they don't look like they're going for Avia at all. And right about now, I send these guys to scout, but I realize that he's not making anything in that factory. And so that means that he probably isn't in the game right now. He probably lagged out. And so I realized I need to do as much damage as possible within that time that he's not in the game. And so I make a Jaguar here, and I sent it out to attack him. But right now he came back into the game, making an Avia factory and starting to make Zeus. But the Zeus didn't come out on him in time. The Jaguar got here in time to destroy the vehicle factory. But Jaguar destroying that Avia factory too. That must have, not only the fact that he lagged out, but the entirety of the situation, him losing his vehicle factory and his Avia factory, must have really slowed him down at this point. So it was a really good resource trade for me. As you see, Ragab here is also going for naval. He's going for alligators. And this is because he sees that the blue player isn't making any naval platforms. As you see, I'm sending these hawks in. I try to attack this vehicle factory, but my hawks took too much damage. As you saw, they were almost dead by only one run, and so I realized that I couldn't, if I did that, I would just waste my hawks. I scouted the green player, and I see that he's going all land, and so I decide to also go for all land. 2 vehicle factories, 1 special vehicle factory for chameleons. And Ragab is doing even more with 3 vehicle factories and 2 special vehicle factories. And as you see, he's slowly building his fleet up down here. And Ragab was saying that he would go gold because this was looking like it was going to get to be a hard fight. I told him not to, because I do want to, I do try as much as possible to stick to my contracts whenever I make them boost contracts. And as you saw, there was a scout here from the blue player, and so they saw Ragab's army. And I tell Ragab to move over here in a second, so that he can draw their attention away from my army, and I'm deciding to try to hit them from the back here. But I guess just seeing the scout did it for them, because I was able to go back here and destroy a lot of units pretty much for free. I even got a shield. And so a really good encounter from me and it was really bad for the green player because he lost a lot of his army. And as you see, Ragab is moving in again, because right about now he attacked these 2 factories over here with his alligators. And so the blue player is down here trying to defend against them with everything he has, and it's only the green player up here to try to defend against the land army. So Ragab moves in and he tries to do as much damage as he can with the opportunity he's given. I retreated before because my chameleon was out of energy, basically, and I sent another scout out to check for Avia again. And so as you see, Ragab is encountering the green player, and he's basically trying to do as much damage as possible. And here, as you see, I have my chameleon on, and I'm planning to attack around the green player and hit into his base. As you see, he has to focus on either me or Ragab, and so he doesn't really have enough Zeus or enough really strategic positioning to beat us. But the blue player is here and he's coming to help the green player, so I move forward basically to try to do as much damage as possible before I have to leave, because I realize that I can't take them both on at the same time. As you see, I'm trying to preserve my army as much as possible and get as much unit value off of them as I can. And they destroy all three of my chameleons in a few shots. And so now it's just Jaguars versus Zeus and Torrent. And Jaguar won't win that fight, so I tried to retreat as many as possible to keep them alive, so that they could fight in the next army that I'm currently making. I am going for headquarters level 5, and Ragab is actually already headquarters level 5. And he is basically planning to do nuclear. In a second you'll see that being built. As you see, he's telling me to scout the green and the blue player just in case of Avia again, I believe. See the nuclear launcher. And again, I only have one chameleon here, but I have enough Jaguars to, and they have no Avia to really stop me from doing this kind of strategy. As Confederation, you almost always want some sort of Avia, even if it's just like 4 vertex. That 4 is enough to keep resistance from just doing what I'm doing here, basically sending one chameleon in and just outmaneuvering the Confederation army and then retreating whenever I feel like it, basically. With Avia, you're able to destroy units and force the enemy to build porcupines, so that they can't just like walk in, do damage, and leave, and then turn their chameleons off and wait to attack again. As you see, I moved in here. I'm trying to kill torrents, basically, because I saw that there was a line of torrents right here. And so right when I lost my chameleon, I decided to retreat so I could keep my army alive. But if he had vertex here, he could have sniped at least 5 or so of these Jaguars, and so that would have been a really bad trade for me. And as you see, Ragab here says that he has 1 minute left for this nuclear launcher. He tried to attack the blue player, but he didn't have a chameleon on, and so he lost a few units, because no chameleon against a bunch of rocket towers is not the best idea. I turned on blue recovery, and I saw a cyclone here too, but I turned on blue recovery so that I could keep my, revive my Jaguars a little bit, so that the next fight they get in, they won't just die like one shot, because a few of them were hurt. And as you saw, he had a cyclone, and so I'm expecting him to be going vertex, as he is. But it's already too late for that, because that happens. and most of his base gets wiped out through that one attack. He had a few Torns here, and those got destroyed as well, and all of his Zeus were badly hurt from that one nuclear explosion. And so he lost this fight right here before it even began, really. I retreated because I thought that the blue player here would come to try to help the green player out, and I sent a scout in to do a little bit of damage as well as to try to basically see where the blue player's army is. And before I placed a bunch of mines down this way, and it looks like they really paid off because because the blue player walked into all of them, and he lost most of his army, allowing Ragab to have the advantage in this fight. And also, the blue player has, I think this was bad pathfinding, the Torns came up this way. So Ragab is going to win this fight because the blue player doesn't have enough to stop him, really, and he lost too much in that first encounter. As well as the blue player got nucleared. He got nuked. And so I move behind him and I just go to finish off his base. Another good fight. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the fight, and if you liked the video, please hit the like button down below, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There we go.
Victory.